Welcome to MMA Daily. Here we bring you the latest and most exciting news from the world of mixed martial arts. If you love MMA, make sure to like our videos and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the thrilling updates. Get ready for some interesting news today. Starting off, Wladimir Klitschko accuses Joe Rogan of spreading Russian propaganda. Moving on, Jon Jones reveals he is already in negotiations with the UFC following recent win over Stipe Miocic. Next, former UFC champion Jamahal Hill slams Magomed Ankalaev. Lastly, Dana White reveals just how much the COVID pandemic benefited the UFC's business. Former heavyweight boxing champion Wladimir Klitschko has accused Joe Rogan of spreading Russian propaganda. Over the years, Joe Rogan has rarely been afraid to express his opinion. No matter what the subject is, he's often more than happy to speak about it, usually through his podcast. As a result of his association with the UFC and Donald Trump, it also seems as if he's been gradually getting more interested in political matters too. For some, this is a bad thing, largely because Rogan has a big audience and has often been accused of being misinformed. For others, though, he knows exactly what he's talking about, and they really value what he has to say. Wladimir Klitschko, meanwhile, certainly isn't enjoying some of Joe's takes, especially surrounding the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. You talk about these American weapons being sent to Ukraine, which you believe will lead to the Third World War. So let me tell you that you're repeating Russian propaganda. Putin's Russia is in trouble, so they want to scare you and people like you. His war was supposed to last 3 days. It has lasted 3 years thanks to the heroism and sacrifice of us Ukrainians. So you're using the only weapon that Putin really intends to use, propaganda, and this weapon really weakens our democracies. Putin's Russia wants to destroy Ukraine quietly. They want America to stay quiet. Not great. A great America is not an America that abandons countries that defend freedom with their lives. Jon Jones has said he's already in negotiations with the Ultimate Fighting Championship over his next fight. Earlier this month, Jon Jones defeated Stipe Miocic to retain his UFC heavyweight championship. He did so fairly emphatically, reaffirming to many that he is still the greatest of all time. Of course, ever since then, fans have been wondering what's going to be next for Jon Jones in the world of mixed martial arts. He made it clear that he does want to compete again. But for the most part, he wants that next opponent to be Alex Pereira. For a lot of pundits and fans alike, the desired opponent for Jones would be none other than interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. Either way, we want to see him back, and Jon gave fans an idea of when that might be during a recent interview. So right now, the UFC and we're in negotiations. We're in talks to see what happens next. I'm back in the gym, I'm training, I feel really great. The team supports me and they're behind me. We'll just be ready for whatever opportunity comes our way. Yes, I will be competing in 2025, more than likely. Nobody can deny what Jon Jones has accomplished in the sport. At the same time, if he wants to continue serving as the heavyweight champion of the world, he needs to think about taking on the kind of challenges that matter. Jamahal Hill has taken aim at Magomed Ankalaev. Ankalaev is likely next in line for a shot at UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira. Hill is a former 205-pound title holder, and he's looking to rebound from a first-round KO against Alex. While Hill and Ankalaev aren't scheduled to collide, Hill has some choice words for the Russian bruiser. In the past, Jamahal Hill and Magomed Ankalaev have traded barbs. Ankalaev blasted Hill for crying after he was knocked out by Alex Pereira. During a recent interview, Hill went off on Ankalaev. "I want to knock out Magomed just because to me he's a and he talks like a acts like a so I don't really with him much at all, so him. I'm not even talking to this weirdo, and he's coming and trying to take shots at me because he's so lame, and he sees that the fan base kind of has a thing for me, so he kind of tries to ride that wave. A couple other people do that, but he's the cheesiest one that does it." During the UFC Macau post-fight show, it was revealed that Hill will go one-on-one with Yuri Prochazka at UFC 311 on January 18th. As for Ankalaev, his next fight has yet to be made official. Over the past few years, the UFC has enjoyed massive gains financially, with revenues skyrocketing year after year. While media rights such as the UFC's deal with ESPN is still the biggest factor when it comes to overall financial gains, the promotion has seen a huge explosion in overall ticket sales and sponsorship deals, unlike anything that's ever been seen before. While there are a variety of factors that have played a hand in the UFC's success, the global pandemic may have been the biggest single reason why the promotion is bigger and more popular than ever now. Going through COVID definitely didn't hurt us. There were no sports on TV except for us. Fights that should have been doing 300,000 buys were doing 1 million. Our fan base grew something like 68% during COVID. A 68% growth spurt is unreal, especially considering the UFC had already been doing big business with live events and pay-per-view long before the global pandemic. Perhaps the biggest difference now is that the UFC has maintained the fan base gained from that time period and only continued to grow since then. On Saturday night, UFC 309 at Madison Square Garden in New York produced a live gate at over $16 million, which is the second highest for the promotion at the venue, behind only the debut card there featuring Conor McGregor in the main event back in 2016, $17.7 million. Thanks for watching MMA Daily. We hope you enjoyed the latest updates from the world of mixed martial arts. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more exciting content. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more MMA action.